Hello everyone and welcome to another Showdown video here from the Lords of Limited on our YouTube channel. My name is Ethan, Lord Tupperware, one of your hosts. First things first, where's Ben at? I never know. There he is. Gosh, 3 away. We've only been next to each other once. Every other time has been quite far. So this is kind of unfortunate. I mean, good blue rare, 3 very strong blue uncommons, and then the best common in the set in black. I feel like this might be one of those rare occasions where I'm supposed to just take a black card, ship all the blue, and avoid it. There's also a very strong possibility that we could wheel a good black card from Herald, Tidebearer Giant, and Shriek Diver, whereas we take a blue card and I think we're not going to wheel one of these. And then we end up fighting folks to our left in blue for pack 2, which I don't love. This may be a leveling moment. I'm not actually sure like how great Spark Double is. Like, I don't even know which of these 3 I'm supposed to take. My guess is Spark Double, but it could be Skylord. I'm just going to take the Cruelty. And like I said, perhaps it's a leveling moment, but ooh, baby. All right, I'm going to take another Cruelty here. Yes, Prison Realm is better. I believe Prison Realm is the best card in the pack, but I'm going to value starting the draft off with 2 Cruelties. I'm going to value passing basically no more black other than Aid of the Fallen, which is not a very strong card. I mean, it's a good card in that maybe not most, but some black decks want 1 copy of these, but it's not a high pick by any stretch. I could see taking Prison Realm here. I like Nahiri, I think, more than most. I value that the mana cost is flexible in terms of it being hybrid, so it doesn't have to be in Boros, but it could just be red, red, or white, white. Arcanist, I think, is not a good card. I'm pretty low on those sort of like aggressive 2s. Bloomhulk is good. Enforcer Griffin is good. Thunder Drake is good. Like all these blue, continuing to pass some good blue cards for the folks who are taking blue cards to our left, hopefully. And we're just going to grab a second Cruelty and move on. Ding, ding, ding. Ashiok and Vizier of the Scorpion. Ooh, baby. Now, I think that Ashiok is probably better. This is interesting. If this wasn't Ben's opening pack, right? This was this person's opening pack. Darker Link 1. So we'll wait and see what Ben took. So we've got an Ashiok, a Vizier. Best common is Wanderer's Strike, but our preferences, our decisions are going to lie with these 2 uncommons here. I really kind of want to take Ashiok. 1, I think would be nice to like beat Ben with an Ashiok. 2, I think it's a really strong card. I mean, Vizier is good, but is it that much better than, say, Lazotep Reaver? I mean, yes, but I don't know about how much better. The fact that it's a 3 versus a 2, I'm inclined to take Ashiok here with us having 2 great removal spells as well. Yeah, let's do it. Let's try and turtle up and build an Ashiok deck. Oh, I forgot. And also, like, Aid the Fallens are very good with Ashiok as well. I'm going to take a 2-drop here in Lazotep Reaver. Feeling pretty good about passing all that blue. I mean, obviously, this is a bit of, like, confirmation bias or whatever, or results-oriented thinking. Like, you know, we're not seeing a lot of good blue after that bomb of blue in the first pack, so it's nice to let other people fight over that, and we're just going to stay on track with good black cards. I'm going to take the 2-drop. Interesting to note that there are good red cards in the pack. Burning Prophet, a fantastic 2. Heartfire, I think, as a 1-of, maybe 2-of in a red-black sacrifice deck, but certainly a 1-of in those decks. And Mayhem Devil, but that's not a card that I think is actually very important to those kinds of decks. Like, it's cool, but I'd much rather have, say, a Dread Malkin in those kinds of decks, having only drafted it a handful of times, but I'm just going to take the Lazotep Reaver and move on with my life. Okay. No black cards to speak of. I don't believe Liliana's Triumph is very good, though it does go up in value when we have 2 Cruelties. It's just so kind of embarrassing against a mass, for 1, which exists in 3 of the 5 colors. Also sort of embarrassing with things like, Pollen Bright Druid that, may leave behind a crappy body, or there's a number of other things in the set that do that. I'm actually going to take New Horizons here. I think that we're not seeing maybe a clearer direction, and sort of a black-green good stuff deck would be awesome. If we are black-green good stuff, I will wish that this was the 1-1 that made a 1-1 with Death Touch rather than Ashiok itself, but Cest Levy, as they say in France. We'll just take the New Horizons and see what the turn brings. And the turn brings nothing very good. There's a Relentless Advance. There's a Bond of Revival. I don't like Unlikely Aid. I don't actually really like Courage in Crisis unless we're in, green-blue Proliferate, which I don't think we're going to get to here. The white cards are nothing to speak of. Ironclad Krovod would be cute with the Huatli we just passed, and single combat I think is quite bad. I guess I'm just going to take Bond of Revival. I don't really like this card. We certainly only have one creature at the moment, and it's not something I'd be excited to reanimate, but it is a black card. Unlikely it is a card we could get if we wanted, so I'm just going to take this. This is basically a miss of a pack. There is a Saheeli Silverwing here, a Vampire Opportunist, a few other red cards that are totally fine. Silverwing is a good magic card and is what I'm going to take here, though I could see taking Opportunist as being the more responsible pick here, as like it's a fine to bad 2-drop, but it is a 2-drop, and Silverwings go late because it seems like people still think this card isn't very good, whereas it is. It's at least a solid C. So this is a tough decision here. I think I'm just going to grab the 2, actually, now that I think about it. 2s get better with Ashiok as a 3-drop Planeswalker that we want to protect, etc., etc. Ooh, okay, so this isn't our first pack, but it has similar cards to our first pack. I'm just going to grab Gateway Plaza. I like Guild Globe as well. But having Gateway Plaza and maybe New Horizons and being green-black is an interesting direction to go in to just be able to splash whatever we see, which I'd like to do. So I'm going to take the land here over the globe, and I'm going to hope that we're about to see some of this action in the next pack as well. And we don't, really. I mean, we see a Shriek Diver, which I'm going to take, but... Or was that the next pack? Where there were a bunch of black cards. Maybe it was the next pack, but I thought it was this one, where I took the Cruelty, and then there were like 3 black cards that could wheel. I think it was this pack. So we'll take the Shriek Diver, which could be totally fine. Teferi's Time Twist, Enforcer Griffin, and Dreadhorde Arcanist, as well as a Grim Initiate. You know, if we were hard in the red-black, Sacrifice Paint, as the B-ball players say. I'm going to take Enforcer Griffin. If we are green-black Splash, or maybe even just black X Splash, as we really have no other color than black at the moment, Enforcer Griffin is totally fine. All right, on Crop Invader. Maybe we end up red-black Sacrifice, who knows. Again, these Grim Initiates would be fine there. There's also Bulwark Giant. Probably not really looking for that, as I don't want to lean into, like, black-white by any stretch. Wow, and Mayhem Devil Wield. All right, Direction acquired. Direction acquired. Ashiok, sadly, we would much rather have as the, I'm now forgetting the name of the card, but the 1/1 for 3. Ooh, Nissa. Ooh, Nissa. Interesting pack for us for sure. Nissa, Paradise Druid. I mean, if we're taking a green card, we're taking Nissa. If we're not taking a green card, we're taking Ob Nixilis' Cruelty. I mean, Mayhem Devil Wheeling, late on Crop Invader, does make me think that the red-black deck is open. Could take a Cruelty or Dreadhorde Twins here. Like, Cruelty wheeling a red card seems very viable, or even Herald of the Dreadhorde. Or do we just take Nissa and hope that that kind of deck is going to be open for us? It really sucks to take the Nissa and pass the Druid. Green did not seem open in pack 1, right? We didn't see any of the best cards. No Band Togethers, no Pollen Bright Druids, no Bloom Hulks. Not a lot of fixing, right? No Centaur Nurturers. I think I'm going to pass up on the green life. And then the question becomes, do we take another Dreadhorde Twins or we take a Cruelty? And I think I actually am going to take a Cruelty here. I mean, it really can't be bad to have a bunch of these. And then I think we wheel a red card pretty handily. All right, well, 4 Ob Nixilis' Cruelties is a lot more than I've ever had. That is wild. I'm going to take that for sure. Wheeling a Heartfire would be nice. Got to worry about getting donged here at the 3-drop slot, but I'll figure that out later. Aid the Fallen, Herald of the Dreadhorde, and Vraska's Finisher. I'm going to take Herald. I do like that better than Finisher. Also, 4-drop slot. Also, if we do have more sacrifice outlets, we only do have the 1 right now. If we have more, things like Herald get better. Would probably like an Aid the Fallen. You know, with all the removal, maybe we do end up still being a control deck with Ashiok. I don't know. but I'll take Herald here. Interesting to see a Casmina. I would imagine that someone to our left is in blue, but it looks like they opted to take something else over that, and the Jace's Triumph. Yeah, we'll see. Not my favorite draft so far. Okay. There's an Honor of the God Pharaoh to go with red-black. And there's a Spellkeeper Weird, though again, I think we're avoiding blue. But Spellkeeper Weird plus, what's it called? Aid the Fallen is a nice little infinite loop of sorts. And there's an Iron Bully, colorless card, but don't think we need that. It's also nice as a card in a sacrifice deck to like have an effect, and leave behind a body to sacrifice, but we'll take the honor. All right, Tybalt is pretty nice. Really filling up on these 3-drops. So like, these aren't necessarily 3s. Honor's more of a 3, but like can separate out our permanents from our spells here. I probably will try and play one of these assailants if they comes around on the wheel, just to have another 2. Things I'm looking for, really, Dread Malkins would be huge pickups. And I don't know what else. I mean, obviously, another Mayhem Devil would be nice. But yeah, more ways to sacrifice. The Spark Reaper, the 2/3 in black for 3. If we do get an Aid the Fallen, I could still see playing an Ashiok, depending on what happens. But yeah, our removal is gas. Triple Cruelty is unbelievable. And there's another Invader and a Raging Crunch. I think the Invader is going to be better for us as another way to sacrifice. Also, a 2/2 First Strike with Threat of Activation has been pretty good. I found this card kind of tough to deal with, especially with our removal suite. I think this kind of card can be good. Bond of Passion is nice, but a little expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Definitely could see wheeling something, though probably like Heartwarming Redemption will be the last card here. Another Grim Initiate wouldn't be bad. I think also once we have Tybalt in our pile, like more ways to sacrifice stuff goes up in value. Samet Sprint. I suppose I'm feeling a bit foolish for not taking, what's it called? I forget what it's called. Ugin's Conjurant, I think, is going to be the pick here. Again, I keep passing these Aid the Fallens and saying that I want them, and I do want one. But I don't think I'm going to take it here. And I'd be happy with an Invading Manticore. We'll get one of these Assailants, hopefully, on the wheel. But Ugin's Conjurant, nice little flexible card along the curve, especially able to, like, if you play it as a 4/4 and it trades off with a 2/2 or a 3/3 or whatever, leaving behind a 1/1, then that's sacrifice fodder for you with the Invaders. All right, there's another Plaza. I don't actually think we're playing Plazas currently in this deck. I'll take a Lazatep Behemoth, a very unexciting 5-drop. I mean, it's big. Can be a fine curve topper for us with what we've got going on here in terms of our creatures and removal. All right, we do wheel all the red cards and the Shriek Diver out of the pack, so that's good news. The question is, do I want a 3rd Invader or a 1st Turret Ogre? It's very interesting. I've actually liked Turret Ogre quite a bit. Doesn't look like it's super well set up in this deck. Could see us taking another Shriek Diver or Goblin Assault Team. Honestly, these are all interesting picks. I think I'm just going to grab the Turret Ogre over the Invader here. But I have no idea if that's correct. 2-drop and Terrible Ghost Form. I'll take the 2. I'll take Assailant here. It's possible that I want even a second one if this deck doesn't pan out to have enough playables, but maybe I just want a Blind Blast. I probably don't want Blind Blast. We've got removal. We've got the removal. All right. So take the other Assailant and Heartwarming Redemption last, as I thought it would be. So, Guild Globe would have been interesting with Mayhem Devil when we took the Gateway Plaza. That's interesting. I mean, that was before we knew that the Devil wheeled. So, obviously, I would like some more powerful things to do. I mean, looking at this deck, right, we have no rares. We do have good commons. I mean, 4 copies of the best common. Looks like we're going to keep not getting good rares, but good non-rares. Tybalt's Rager is a fantastic 2-drop for the deck. Probably not wheeling very much. I'd be happy with an Opportunist on the wheel, but nothing else in this pack is good. Unlikely Aid and Stoneblades are not good cards. Mobilized District, I feel like people are higher on this card than I am. It's a colorless land that impacts your mana base in a negative way, and so it really needs to like pull its weight. And I think both, certainly Karn's Bastion, and to a lesser extent, but certainly I think in that same category, Blast Zone are both worth running colorless lands in your deck. Like maybe you run an 18th land or whatever, but just for a creature land, it doesn't feel worth it to me. But Tybalt's Rager is great, and we're going to slam that into our pile here. And there's another Mayhem Devil, an On-Crop Invader, a Chandra's Pyrohelix, a Lazatep Reaver. So another Devil. And then maybe we can wheel the Invader. I think that's what I'm going to do. I mean, we have two Invaders already. We could have had a third, I guess, with the Ogre, but I think it's just a 3-mana 3/3 is what we're going to take here. I think the other option is to take Reaver and hope that the Devil wheels. But I don't think I want to do that. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. I think I can play this as another Derpy too if I need to. I think I like the Devil, and just like knowing that I have 2 of them, and then I can hopefully maybe grab like another Sacrifice Outlet or 2 in this pack. Take Burning Prophet versus Sorin's Thirst here. I suppose also Cruel Celebrant on the splash, though I really hate this card. I think Prophet is fine. That's a good 2-drop. We don't have a ton of ways to trigger it, but I still think that's all right. All right, that's a gassy little pickup. Jaya is so good, and now I really hope I see an Aid the Fallen. I know I've seen like 6 of them already and passed them every time. But Jaya is really nice, especially in conjunction with Tybalt and Mayhem Devil. I think that's going to be really nice. But now I have 2 good Planeswalkers to get back. Ooh, Soul Diviner. Wow. Soul Diviner, huh? I'm just going to take another Invader now that we have the 2 Devils. And I guess maybe like I'd like one more Grim Initiate. What's like not good here? Lazadep Reaver, Shriek Diver, or not Lazadep Reaver, but Behemoth, Shriek Diver, Assailant. The rest of the stuff is pretty good. Yeah, 1 Aid the Fallen, please, in the next 3 packs. I would really like that. But I don't know if we'll get there. Maybe I'm going to be shunned for passing so many already. I haven't even begun to speculate on what I think Ben is in, but I don't. It's certainly not these 2 colors. Gleaming Overseer is a good card as well. Honor the God Pharaoh, I think, is what I'll take. I could also see taking Catharsis, because I do think we're a bit assertive. I think I'll take a second Honor. I don't know if I'll play it, but I'm going to take it here. 2 shots at an Aid the Fallen. Are we going to get there? I like that we have the 3 On-Crop Invaders, but this deck is very low-powered. This is one of the most low-powered decks I've had the pleasure or not of playing. I like taking a Reaver. I'd also be happy with a Grim Initiate, honestly, but Reaver's nice. Over some more terrible white cards. I mean, Pledge of Unity is not terrible, but it's not a card that we're looking to play in this deck. Last shot at an Aid the Fallen. Last shot at an Aid. And we got there. Ding, 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 ding. The sweat was real. So good. Yeah, now that we have the 2 Planeswalkers and the Sacrifice theme, I'm really happy to have an Aid the Fallen as a pickup. Yeah, that really ties the deck together, in my opinion. And I could just play this other Honor, and that could be our deck. We have, what, 5 2-drops and a 1-drop? I think that's plenty. The Honors help us not flood out. Yeah, I'm not mad about this deck. I think it's got a clear game plan. I don't know if it's a good game plan, but it's clear. grab another Opportunist. I don't think that's what we want, but I could... Yeah, I don't think that's what we want. I was going to say I could see upgrading an Assailant, but we're not playing it. The only card I'm really considering right now is Shriek Diver, which I seem to be lower on than most of the population. Like, maybe it's just better than Turret Ogre as like just a way to... Like, maybe that's better for our game plan, because this is basically never going to trigger, and we just consider it a 4-drop. I think I'm in for that, actually. This is more of a defensive card, or like good if you know you can trigger it. And of course these Celebrants are going to wheel. Yeah, Ashiok pick haunting me here. But whatever, that's fine. We don't have a ton of ways to make multiple bodies other than, you know, Tybalt, the Honors, the Reavers, and Herald. I mean, it's not nothing. It's not nothing. Jaya is a really good card in this deck. Maybe I want 2 Shriek Divers, and then we could side them out. But I don't know what I would play them over. I think the Conjurant is nice as a curve filler. Like, I think we often are going to be able to play this as a 5-drop here. So I'm going to leave 1 Shriek Diver out. These can also get embarrassed pretty quickly. So we'll go 9-8 here. That seems good. No double colored requirements is nice. That may mean we could just go 8-8 with double honor. We don't have mana sinks, right? We have the 2 honors, and then we have Tybalt's Rager. So I could see going 8-8 here. Though there is an importance of getting to 6 mana in these kinds of decks to be able to double spell with all the 3s. And we do have the Invaders as places to put mana, and an Opportunist as well. I'm gonna go 18 or 17 here, and that's gonna be the deck. All right, see you all, and hopefully we can continue our strong streak over Ben. I think we're 4-1 against him right now, lifetime. So we'll see if we can continue to crush his spirit and go 5-1. See you for the match.
All right, what is up, everybody? We are here for our first War of the Spark Lords of Limited Showdown video, and we've got a doozy of a pack here. It's a fairly new format yet. Domri is great. 2 colors. Eternal Taskmaster is a good 2-drop in a format where 2-drops are at a premium. Mayhem Devil, if we're taking a gold card, I think is just worse than Domri. Band Together is a fine common. We have it as a top green common on the podcast. I think Pollen Bright Druid has replaced it as the top green common. And there's also Jaya's Greeting, I think, just as the best common in the pack. So really trying to decide between Jaya. Also, where is Ethan at? A couple seats down from me. Trying to decide between Jaya's, Domri, and Taskmaster. So we just had this pick last night with Ethan and I on Skype between Domri and the Deal 2. This card's powerful, but it requires a lot of setup. I think I feel more comfortable. Domri might be the most powerful card, but I feel more comfortable starting with Jaya's and leaving myself a lot of flexibility over the course of the draft. And if we end up red-green, will I miss Domri? Yes. But if we manage to stay red and some other color pairs open, I'm going to feel a lot better about it. So Bioessence Hydra is a very strong card. I don't know that I really want to pick it here yet, though, which feels weird. But it doesn't line up with my Jaya's Greeting at all, and it's going to require us to have other good cards for it to be good. I mean, yeah, you can pick up some uncommon Planeswalkers, and we could do Huatli into Bioessence Hydra or whatever. This Huatli's fairly like to wheel, but I'm not crazy impressed with either of these uncommons, and I honestly kind of just want to take Burning Prophet here to go along with my Jaya's Greeting. We could also take Tamio's Epiphany. That card has been very impressive. We have it as a number 2 blue common. I don't know what the right pick is here, but I think I'm going to take Burning Prophet and stick with red for now and see where that takes me. Okay, so this is a clunker of a pack compared to the other ones we've seen so far. I've seen some chatter in the Discord that people have been impressed with Samut. This card is fine. Not powerful in my opinion. really requires a lot of setup, as in, like, you have to be able to protect Samet. If you've got the board clawed, can let all your creatures trade up, and the scry is real, etc., etc. But you have to do a fair amount of work for that to be good. The next best card is probably, like, Arlen's Wolf. There's not a ton of archetype staples here. Courage and Crisis you want if you're in the Proliferate deck, but we're not there right now. I think I might just take Samet to try it out. I think that's more exciting than a card like Arlen's Wolf. So I'm going to take Samet here and see where that leads us. Put it in the sideboard for now. Ooh, Jaya is a nice pickup. Okay, that makes me feel good about being in red right now. So we have a ton of flexibility. There's also a Tamiyo's Epiphany still here, but Jaya is very strong. So best card in the pack in our colors. I think next best cards in the pack, like Tamiyo's Epiphany, followed by Lazotep Reaver and Saheeli's Silverwing, probably. Maybe Heartfire, although I've only really been happy with one of these, maybe two in a red-black dedicated sacrifice deck with a lot of fodder, but we don't know if we're going to end up there yet. So just for now, taking Jaya. Really happy with that pickup. Oh, buddy, are we getting ourselves into the best archetype? It's a late Aven Eternal, so a rare and two uncommons missing them from the pack. Which means somebody took a common over this Aven Eternal. I mean, Obnixil's Cruelty, I think, and Jaya's Greeting probably are the only two commons I have over Aven Eternal in my pick order. I don't know. I haven't really ever thought about cross colors before, but I don't think any of the green cards are. Maybe you could make a case for Spark Harvest, and I certainly don't think any of the white cards are. So, actually, maybe Spellgorger Weird is better than Aven Eternal. That's kind of crazy that two red commons might be better than blue's first common, but happy to snap up Aven Eternal here. Oh, wow. Are we getting rewarded? Okay. So Eternal Skylord, get in here. Excuse me, I needed to quench my thirst with some Diet Mountain Dew there. So yeah, best card in the pack in the color that we just moved into. Thrilled to pick that up and hoping to end up in red-blue spells, which I think is one of the best archetypes, if not the best, along with red-black and blue-black. So Eternal Skylord, get in here. Okay, I've heard rumblings that Dreadhorde Arcanist is great in the Discord as well. I've not had a chance to play with or against this yet. Cast right instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost less than or equal to. So you have to pump this power? I don't really know how you get this thing's power up in blue-red. Like, how are you getting a card, a counter on it? Like something like Iron Bully, and then you can recast all your 2-drops, but this has to attack. I don't know about that one. I'm going to take Contentious Plan here, a card that I know is good. It's just always going to do its thing. Alright, so there's Raging Crunch, Crush Descent, On-Crop Invader, and Invading Manticore. I've liked Invading Manticore as a finisher, although I don't know that that's necessarily what red-blue spells wants. And we could move off of red or move off of blue still at this point, I think, fairly easily. I think it's between... hoping we're going to get other shots at 6-drop finishers, so I think this needs to be between the 2 3-drops, and I think I just want Raging Crunch in red-blue, despite the fact that sometimes you're creature light. Ooh, Wheeling Burning Prophet feels great. Also worth noting... excuse me. That Mayhem Devil is wheeling here. And Heartfire, but I think we'd want the second Burning Prophet before we want our first Heartfire. Burning Prophet is really the glue that holds this blue-red spells deck together, so I think we should get that in our pile here. All right, Honor the God Pharaoh, great pickup. At this point, I think I'm just going to lock into blue-red spells. It feels open enough. Honor the God Pharaoh is the perfect card for that deck. We would like to see some Spellgorger weirds, but who knows? We've done a fairly good job of cutting red. We might be getting hooked up in pack 2. We'll have to see. So Honor the God Pharaoh in. I think Stealth Mission might be more... I guess that's a way to put counters on the Dreadhorde Arcanist. Huh. Maybe I just totally missed the boat on Dreadhorde Arcanist. People whose opinion I respect in the Discord have been talking about it quite a bit, so maybe that was a giant punt. I'm going to take Stealth Mission for now and put it in the sideboard. Bond of Passion here, not much to talk about. Let's get that in the sideboard. Shriek Diver for the board, sure. Stone Blades for the board, sure. And Island. So, great start to a blue-red spells deck here. Would be perfect, I think, if this Raging Crunch were a Spellkeeper weird, but we don't have that luxury. As is, we are thrilled to pick up another insanely good card in blue-red spells. Commence the Endgame is a, not bomb rare, but it's a very good rare. Callous Dismissal would be a good wheel, but other than that, not really thrilled to wheel anything out of this pack, so let's get Commence the Endgame in here. Alright. Oh, this is kind of close between Aven Eternal and Tamiyo's Epiphany. I'm not really sure what's right. Honor the God Pharaoh is not anywhere near close to the power level of Tamiyo's Epiphany. But it does give us spell count. I mean, this is the best blue common. I think we should just be taking Aven Eternal for right now. And then maybe next time we get the same pick, we'll take a Tamiyo's Epiphany. But I feel better. We're looking like kind of aggressive-y other than this Commence the Endgame at the moment. So I'm going to take Aven Eternal here. Okay, Rescuer Sphinx, I think, is the pickup over Burning Prophet, which feels pretty good. Augur Bolus, if it wheeled, maybe if we get our spell count up. Although we're looking like a fairly creature-heavy version of the deck right now. So let's get Rescuer Sphinx in here. Could pick up Jaya. Could pick up Eternals for another mass counter. There's just a lot of stuff to do with Sphinx in this format. It's a good card, not a great card. But since we're already in blue, a really nice pickup here. So going back to our opening pick of Jaya's versus Domri, I do think Domri is the more powerful card, but I just feel way more comfortable drafting in this format right now, like not having to worry about building my deck around protecting a turn 3 Planeswalker. So I think Jaya's Greeting was the pick for me there. And then that next pack with the Hydra, I think the Hydra, again, like that was very easy to start the draft, like Domri going into Hydra, which would feel pretty good, but then you're already trying to build a 3-color deck. I don't know. And we did get lucky that we ended up like falling into the best archetype after I made some underpowered picks to stay red. I think I'm going to take Dreadhorde Twins here. It's unlikely to be great in our deck, but we do have the Aven Eternals, so the Amass has more value than normal, I think, so I feel pretty good about picking up a Dreadhorde Twins. I think it's better than Turret Ogre in this deck. Wanderer's Strike might just be the best card in the pack, or Rebel Belt Riders is also great if you're in red-green. Surprised to see that coming this way after shipping the Domri to the left. Alright, and packs are drying up a little bit here. We'll take an On-Crop Invader out of a fairly empty pack for everybody. Put this in the sideboard for now, hoping to not run it. Parhelion, chillin', but difficult to make that work, I think. Ooh, Jace's Triumph. This is the perfect card for us. This will do a reasonable Tamiyo's Epiphany impression. I mean, it's nowhere near as powerful, but I think Divination is just a good card in this format, and we are happy to put that in our deck. Get some triggers on Burning Prophets, get us some Scry, sort of a build your own Tamiyo's Epiphany. And again, Spellkeeper weird. So this draft has not been the most interesting because we didn't have to move around a lot. I do think the beginning of it was interesting, but after we got past the Aven Eternal and both blue and red continued to flow, we just didn't really need to make any hard pivots or turns or anything like that. So let's get Spellkeeper weird in here. And I think, honestly, the things we need the most are removal and card draw at this point, and Spell Gorger weirds. We really need some Spell Gorger weirds. Maybe people are finally warming up to how powerful that card is. So again, we've talked about the importance of 2-drops, but I really don't want a Goblin Assailant in my deck. We do not have access to a Samet Sprint yet, but I think I want Crush Descent here. It's something else we can hold up with Commence the Endgame. I've been fine with Crush Descent in blue-red spells, and it's sort of a 4-mana 2/2 spell creature, which is not good, but we have some other Amass, so I think it's going to do enough. I'm going to put it in the sideboard and hope to not play it, but I think I like it better as an option than Samet Sprint. Okay, we did wheel Bond of Passion. I don't know if I'm going to play that or not, but I'll take it, put it in the sideboard. Shriek Diver has impressed at a black. The rest of this is just sort of whatever. I don't think the Charm Stray thing is real. It's just too easy to disrupt with removal And Grim as Shit has been very impressive in the red-black sacrifice deck. Definitely pulls its weight there, I think. All right, we did get that 6-drop finisher we were looking much later in the pack, so happy to pick up an Invading Manticore, and I think probably happy to run one with the composition of our deck right now. We're just sort of blue-red good cards as opposed to really blue-red spells at the moment. Skulker for the board, hoping to not run that, although I have been super high on Skulker in the blue-white, sort of make sure you don't lose and then win with an Ashiok Skulker type deck. Has been very good there. Let's see if we know anybody else in the draft. I think I know that username, Arkham128. All right, Teferi's Time Twist is a fine pickup. We've got some good ETB effects to re-trigger at the moment. We've got Jaya, we've got Eternal Skylord, Manticore's not the worst. We've got a lot of creatures with ETB abilities. I think Teferi's Time Twist, a copy, is fairly likely to make the cut in our deck. Nice looking curve. Some power at the top end. I think we really want a Tamiyo's Epiphany. Oh man, this pack is stacked for us. So Krenko is just great. Jaya, also very strong. Ral's Outburst, also very strong. And a Tamiyo's Epiphany. So fairly likely we're going to wheel something out of this pack. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards we're interested in. Somebody's got to take, like, maybe we won't. The rest of these cards are pretty weak. I'd be thrilled if any of those 4 cards came back around, and we might even play the Raging Crunch in this deck. As our deck looks, I mean, Krenko just has some serious snowball potential. Could be a reason to run something like Stealth Mission. Also, Krenko is kind of cute with Samet, giving it +2/+1. We do need removal, and this Ral's Outburst is a great 2-for-1, but I think Krenko is better because we don't really have a ton of stuff that cares about spells. I don't know. This is a super difficult pick. I think I'm going to take Krenko for the snowball potential. Kind of sad here is we don't see a spell, and we really are looking for spells, but 3rd Burning Prophet, and then I think we really need to put a premium on non-creature spells for the rest of this pack. 12 creatures is kind of a good amount, I've found, for the blue-red spells deck. And with these Burning Prophets, I'm a little more interested in Samet in the deck, maybe also with Krenko. And we do have some other cards we could play. Stealth Mission gets more exciting with Krenko. Crush Descent is playable. Bond is playable. So we've got some playable spells over here if we continue to whiff on good spells in these packs. Gleaming Overseer is a great card, but unfortunately we don't have fixing to splash it. Do I want to play Karn's Bastion in a straight blue-red deck? What do we have that's getting counters? We have Amass Tokens, we have potentially Krenko, and we have Samet and Jaya. I think that's better than something like Honor the God Pharaoh. We look like we're going to hit playables. So late for Asko. Card's been very good. I kind of want this Honor the God Pharaoh, and I doubt it wheels. But again, we aren't super spellsy other than these Burning Prophets. I think I'm going to take Karn's Bastion. I think the upside of getting to play 8/8 Karn's Bastion is pretty high. We don't have super intensive mana requirements other than Samet and Rescuer Sphinx on 4. Yikes. This pack is a whiff here, despite blue-red spells seeming super open in pack 1. I think we take a Totally Lost, and we hope to not play it. Best card in the pack is probably Pledge of Unity, followed by Lazotep Reaver, New Horizons. But I'm going to move this over to the sideboard for the moment. All right, there's an Ashiok, a Lazotep Plating, and a Saheeli's Silverwing. We do look like we have the potential to build a fairly large zombie army token. So I'm kind of interested in Lazotep Plating, but we also kind of clog the board super well for Ashiok. Seems a little off plan in our deck, though. A lot of our stuff's aggressively slanted and wants to attack. We've got these flyers. I think I'm going to take Lazotep Plating here, and we'll let Ethan get suckered in by this Ashiok. All right, Lazotep Plating, get in. Oath of Kaya is a good one to pass. Silverwing's a good one to pass, but I think Lazotep Plating is what we are after. Kiora. Wow, we are really getting horrifically cut this pack. I wonder what the people to our left were doing in pack 1. Like, did they open a rare and switch? Or sort of what's going on there? Kiora is just bad in my deck. And we're not interested in a Ahiri Stoneblades. We'll take a Gateway Plaza here. Who knows? We might randomly get past something we want to splash here. Unlikely, but I don't think we need access to a second Ahiri Stoneblades. All right, Pyrohelix is a fine pickup, especially considering how this pack has been going. Another Gateway Plaza. We don't have any use for Interplanar Beacon. Pyrohelix is close with Lazotep Reaver. Probably not as good, but fine pickup here, and we need some interaction. We'll trigger our Burning Prophets, just sort of going to keep things flowing nicely for us. Invade the city, you say. How many instants and sorceries do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not great. I kind of think we just want Relentless Advance, which is a mana more expensive, but is going to do the Amass 3 every time, which is just sort of unfortunate. I think we're likely to not play either of them. Oh, buddy. How? What? How does this happen? Like, we just got totally hosed on blue-red this entire pack, and then we wheeled Ral's Outburst? All right. Thank you, MTGO bots. Ral's Outburst, get in my deck. Ashiok Skulker, sure. Watley's Raptor's been very impressive in green-white. I think we're unlikely to play the Skulker. Take an Assailant in case we feel like we need more 2s. Take a Catharsis for the board. Nothing. And nothing. All right. Huh. I do think we're playing this Karn's Bastion. It's fairly free. Not totally, but fairly. I think we've got enough stuff with +1/+1 counters that it gives our deck a little bit more late game punch in case the board stalls out. I don't think we want any Bonds of Passion. It's a nice looking creature curve. We're a little hurting for removal of big things. So things to consider, I think, are Totally Lost, Skulker, Crush Descent, Stealth Mission, and really that's it. I don't think we want these Bonds of Passion. Are any of these better than stuff we've already got in the deck? I could be convinced that Samet is not great in this deck, although it is cute with Krenko. Hasting out a Krenko seems like big game. Man, I don't know. It's tough. I do think our deck is going to be able to get on the board early. I could see cutting Samet for something like Crush Descent. We have, at instant speed, we have Plating to hold up, Time Twist, Pyrohelix, Jaya's Greeting. We have like a reasonable amount of instants and commence the end game. And I do think we're aggressive, but maybe we'll have trouble closing out games. I could see Skulker being something that's all right. Like maybe more consistently good than Samet. Samet does really help the Burning Prophets turn into threats, but then nothing's going to be protecting Samet. I don't know. My default has been so far in the format when the planeswalkers are like this and don't protect themselves to try to not play them, because it's just such a liability if you fall behind on board. Whereas if you don't have the planeswalkers in your deck, you just aren't punished quite as much unless your opponent plays their own planeswalker. So what do I want to add in instead is the question. I think I think Stealth Mission. Mostly because it synergizes with Krenko, but also I've just been impressed with this as a finisher. And I think we have enough 2-for-1s that we're worth running a narrow card like that. And we do look fairly aggressive. I think that's better than something like Crush Descent. Also gives us another way to put counters on something, which will synergize with this Karn's Bastion. So I think I want to run it like this, although am I just making an arbitrarily high spell count because I think blue-red is blue-red spells? Like, we really don't have any Spellgorger weirds, which is kind of a bummer. And then also, if we're thinking that, is this Raging Crunch even good in the deck? That I'm also not convinced of. I kind of want to play an Ashiok Skulker over Raging Crunch. I think I like that. And then maybe I'm less excited about Stealth Mission. And I kind of want to play Crush Descent then and play a little more mid-rangey. And I could see Crush Descent turning into Totally Lost as well, depending on the matchup. Yeah, I think I like this better. Prophets, the Eternals, weird. I think we have a reasonable amount of aggression, evasion, and still late game plan. Yeah, I think I'm in for this with the Karn's Bastion and 8/8. So let's get that in here. Bastion, 8 mountains, 8 islands, save deck, and we will see you guys on the flip side.
All right, here we go. Spoiler alert, folks. We've already played a full match with these decks. We had some technical difficulties, so we're going to do it again. But I feel like for the interest of full disclosure, Ben is now 4-2, or 2-4 lifetime. He did win the match against me.
And we know a couple cards we're going to be playing around also, most likely.
Right, so this will be, this is just a different experience.
You're going to see some intimacy here in this matchup.
Right.
Would you like to play first? Yes, I would.
All right, we'll keep.
I will also keep.
Let's make sure that our technical difficulties aren't happening again.
Screen sharing is happening on my end, folks.
Great.
I got it under control.
We're all set here. All right, well, he doesn't know about that. He knows about that, but not that. Gosh, Burning Prophet is so savage against me.
It's a really good card.
Jesus.
You say as you play your own.
Well, I just top decked it.
Let's get yours out of here and get a little deeper into our deck.
Wow. Okay.
Let's bottom that. And tippity top that.
Good God.
Tippity top.
I'm not really, I don't think it's a good matchup for me. I don't think my deck is better than Ben's, and I am not looking forward to having to play again.
After I was the one that messed up the recording, yeah. That is adding insult to injury.
Oh,
I'm
God.
really sorry.
Jesus.
Let's tippity top that. Whoa. Oh, okay. I almost messed that up. Let's put that in my hand. And smash. Okay. Let's just jam that and say go. Your deck is great.
No, it isn't.
Double Devil? No?
Devil's not very good in red-black, I don't think. I don't think it's really necessary.
Okay, a little less impressed with that guy.
Yeah, well, I sided it out. You just need to sometimes.
So I know you have Cruelty, which is informing my plays a little bit here. I think I'm just going to attack and see what's up over there.
Yeah, it's up. I know you have Crush Descent, but...
All right.
So what do you have? You have Plating. I know you have Lazada Plating. I know you have Time Twist. That doesn't do anything. I know you have Pyro Helix, which would be a pretty big blowout here. I guess I'll just do that then. I mean, if it's like plating or Pyro Helix, but I'd rather not get wrecked by Pyro Helix. Okay.
Here you go.
Sure.
Okay. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Yeah, again, I could like line it up, but I get wrecked by Pyro Helix, which it feels like you have. So I guess I just take it and cry. Okay. Sure. Can't tap fast enough. Wow, I did not know about that card.
Nope, you didn't.
Yerp. Okay. Am I allowed to concede early on these videos?
Nope, you got to play it out to the bitter end.
Okay, that sounds fun. Yep. Oh, the saddest thing is that no one's going to get to see me 15 you.
I know, that was so savage.
Oh, that's so brutal.
In game one, Ethan had a board with the 2/2 Minotaur that you can sacrifice a creature that you can give +2/+0 to, and he attacked me, and I made a block against his whatchamacallit? Is it Burning Rager? No, Tybalt's Rager. And I just let the thing through, and it's
stupid.
15
I should
me.
have blocked the 5/5. But it is not really going to matter here. We good. All right, so I sort of know like my X1 is very bad against him. I think both of these behemoths want to come in, and I think Conjurant is not good against him. I also kind of think Shriek Diver is not good. I just think the X1's against what he's got going on is kind of bad. It's a possibility that this is okay. Seems unlikely, though. Maybe I just want Turret Ogre, and now that I've got the two behemoths, go a little bigger. Yeah, that seems good. All right.
All right, so we are sideboarding now, and talked about this a while, but I think my deck lines up pretty well against Ethan's, and we didn't make any changes when we were on the play last time on game 2. When we're on the draw, I think Skulker's pretty good because he has 3 of the 2/2 where you can pay 1, sacrifice a creature, and we've seen all 3 of those now in game 3, and this lines up super well against that. And we brought that in on the draw in game 3 last time when we pulled out the victory. So I think we're bringing that in and cutting Dreadhorde Twins because the 2/2/2s potentially don't line up super well. And I think we can make a gigantic zombie token without the Dreadhorde Twins. So I don't have the guaranteed 3/5 blocker. See you guys for game 2.
All right, I'm on the play here, and I am going to keep this hand.
I don't love this one, but I will also keep. Ooh, okay.
You say ooh about most draw steps.
Do I?
Yeah.
I've got some exciting cards in my deck. What can I say?
Oh, that's information, I would say. So I feel like when your opponent plays their colorless land with an activated ability of 4, like it probably means they don't have other lands or like other, like it definitely, I feel like it is stuck on red at least. Would be my guess.
You are correct.
This is Triumph. Okay.
All right. Pitching. What? I think pitching that.
The one power beats.
Slow down over here.
I'm slowed down.
Okay.
Just wait till I play my vanilla 5/4s.
3/3, huh? Or 4/3. Okay.
Pretty bird. Pretty bird.
I'm gonna... Whoa. I'm gonna go for the double block here. You blow me out, you can blow me out.
You may go for it.
Yikes, that 5-4 is so big.
So big.
All right. That's unfortunate. 5-4, huh? That hits hard. All right. Here you go. Cruelty? No. Plays so good.
Okay.
This is less than ideal, this action that we've got going on right here. Boom, boom, boom.
So you're going to block and time twist here? No, I don't know. That is good for me.
That is good for you. All right, you got me.
2 very exciting games of Magic. Back and forth. No sideboarding for me.
Okay, we are again going to make the swap back. I think Skulker comes out on the play and Dreadhorde Twins comes in. I think I like that better when we're going to be beating down a little bit more. So see you guys for game 3, and hopefully we can take it down.
Nope.
Are we live?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. I had my volume down from sideboarding. Would you like to play first? Yes, I would. Ugh. I got to keep this, I think.
I don't think I can keep this. I'm going to pose this to you, Ben. I'm going to mulligan this. This is 5 lands, Aid the Fallen, and Ob Nixilis' Cruelty.
Yo, you got them all that, I think, on the draw.
Hand's pretty bad. All right, we'll keep that and send that to the bottom. Okay.
Come on, contentious play.
Come on, Mountain. Looks like that's what both of us are trying to find. No luck here.
Awkward.
All right, that's almost a mountain.
Almost a mountain. We got different piles of lands
Ding,
now.
ding, ding. All right. Ugh, I hate your stupid Crush Descent.
Boom! Get him!
Cool, fun.
I had fun.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
The quencher the quenchy becomes the quencher.
All right.
Okay. Oh, I don't understand the sigh there.
Not in my 5th land.
Oh.
Playing a card that is irrelevant on this board. So I can eat your turn and trade Devil for this. I think I'm gonna do that. Ugh. That card is so brutal.
Card is so brutal.
I can't beat a 7/7. Ugh.
Okay.
Yeah. Please tell me you have Skylord and you can just end this right now.
I don't. I'm sorry. I do have this though. Just gonna speed things along.
That will speed things along, yeah. Okay.
And let's go Jaya, you, Jaya. Well, maybe if I know you have Aid the Fallen, I'm supposed to leave Jaya around.
Cool. All right, you got it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, good games.
Yeah. Wow. Do we count this as you being 4-3 now?
I don't think so. I think we're still 2-4 lifetime.
Okay, great.
And to all the viewers out there, I'm really sorry that I punted my hand the first time. The first set of games was a little more interesting than that.
Yeah. All right. Sweet. Thank you all so much. This was a very exciting day for us. We had our 1,000 Twitter followers. We unlocked our merch goal for the Patreon stretch goal. Very, very exciting. Really appreciate all the support.
Yeah, stuff is hopping for Lords of Lumina right now. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys for our next Showdown video.
See ya.
This game would be totally different if I were on the play. Just like for those of you that are following along at home, like just kind of imagine how this game would have gone differently. Yeah, sure. We're all very impressed with all your red cards.
All right. Send in with those.
Block here and no blocks anywhere else, I don't think. Take 3, 4, 5, potentially 9 if you want to pump down to 6. Then we're in range of Heartfire. I think I want to do this also. Wait. Dies. Yeah, this is fine. So we're trading there, but then you'll be able to kill this. Maybe we just trade. Maybe we just trade there and we take whatever you want to take. I think I'm into that. It's going to deal 2 when it dies. Jaya is pretty good for you.
I agree. I was quite happy when we got her. Okay.
Did I block optimally?
I think you did. I think last turn you forgot what Jaya did.
Why?
Well, because you were thinking about attacking with, maybe it was 2 turns ago, you were thinking about attacking with Burning Prophet. I think you forgot about her static.
No.
You were like, you don't have, well, you were talking about how I didn't have good blocks, which was incorrect.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Then I probably forgot about it on blocks. Oh, you had Grim Initiate maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's a 2-1 first strike. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's just...
Well, I remembered what it does when it mattered.
It's true. It's true.
Still got instance over there?
Just relax. just relax.
We're in his head, listeners. We're in his head.
6, 5, 9, 11. So sorry for the dead air here, folks. I'm just trying to count up what damage happens with creatures that we sacrifice. So
Are you really going all in?
just relax.
I'm not relaxed. You've threatened my life total.
All right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
14,
13.
7,
That's
2,
helpful.
5.5.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry. 3 plus... Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you have in hand. I mean, I guess if you have Jaya's Greeting, I totally wrecked, but I could just kill you right here.
All right, do it.
All right, do it, he says. Oh, goodness. All right, do it, he says. Let me just make sure that's true. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, all right. Good for you if you have it.
Dun,
I hate you.
dun, 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 dum, 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 dum.
Brutal.
You got me.
Ooh! Woo!
I did not do all that math. Did you do all that math before you attacked?
No, I didn't. No, that's why I was silent for so long. Ooh, all right. Stole that game.